Good morning, brothers. Welcome to the Brown Bag Gentleman. Today we're going to be using kind of a new treat, kind of an old style new treat. It's the newest Gillette razor available at Walgreens. So we're going to do that. In fact, let me show you the box. We'll start off with just showing you the box. This is what you see standing up on the shelf. I got the last one at my local Walgreens. It's been out for probably at least 6 months, and I have not been able to find it anywhere. I finally found it in one of the 3 Walgreens here in town. It was the last one, so I grabbed it. And it was $29 and change-ish, so less $30 price range for that. Show you that box, cardboard box. Still has the seals on it. We're gonna break the seals on that and open that up in a minute. And of course, that was following 2 years ago was the Gillette Heritage, which you could get on Amazon. This was a special deal for Amazon 2 years ago. The Heritage razor, now the 3-piece razor. Let's take the handle out so you can see that. The handle came with some Gillette Platinum blades. Take that out of the box. I have not used this. I'm kind of saving this. I've had this for the 2 years. I got it like right off the bat when it came out. Oh, polish it up a little bit. There we go, a little shiny. Put my fingers all over it, got a little smudged. So that's what came out a couple years ago, and this sparked a lot of interest. The head is not a Gillette head. They didn't make this. I think they commissioned this from somebody else. I think the scuttlebutt was a Mercor head, but still basic, very Edwin Jagger-ish in behavior and looks. And of course, a small little handle. The handle isn't horribly heavy. It's a hollow handle, you can tell. But that's basically that harkens back to the old Gillette handles though too. So, but darn, isn't that pretty? The chrome's nice. It's just really looking nice, looking sharp. And of course, it goes way back. I mean, I don't have one of the earliest Gillettes, but I do have this old tech from back in the day. It's not date coded at all. 3-piece razor. Of course, this was old and stained. You can tell if whoever owned it before held it there for years and years. And of course, that feels no, it's a little bit. It is very head heavy, but still, it doesn't balance bad there. To me, I like the small handles because to me, it rests on my ring finger and it's just right. So that's a shorty little like 3-inch handle. I like that. 3.5 is as long as I like to go. 3, So I'm more of a short handle guy. I know there's long handle guys too. Of course, following those, you got like these, and I'm still in a hunt for a red tip because I understand it's more aggressive, and that's what I want. Because to me, these are too mild. I don't use them. They're in a collection. They'll stay in a collection because I've got a cigar box just for Gillette razors. And of course, these are the twist to open styles. These both are basically. And I can't tell you what the date codes are off the top of my head. They are both date coded. And of course, we follow that up with a Fat Boy, the adjustable, twist to open, adjustable. Can you hear that still? Still clicks. I think this is a 61. And then of course, later on, the Black Beauty, which of course long, look at that handle's long. Let me show you that. Compared to the Fat Boy, quite a bit longer. It looks like a good inch longer. Well, maybe 3/4 of an inch. And of course, same thing, twist to open, adjustable. I've done a video on that. So now, let's open this box. See what's inside this thing. I'm gonna put my glasses on just so I can see a little better. Gotta have the readers on. Okay, so, oops, did I cut that good? There it goes. There it goes. Ooh, it's covered pretty. Nice and shiny. Guys and shiny stuff. It's shiny. Okay, let's get it. Bring the liner out so we get the head out. There we go. Open it up. Widen it out. Get the head out. There we go. Whoops. Box of blades fell in the water. Okay. Yeah, that's going to ruin those. Oh well. And that says the KCG on it. I don't know if you can see that. One of my shaky hands. KCG for King C Gillette. Well, that's kind of cool looking. I know I don't really like where they have like says Gillette across the top or whatever brand across the top, but that's not kind of bad. I kind of like that. It's kind of because it's just the monogram type of thing. Handle is much longer. Let's see. Let's show that compared to last year's Heritage or 2 years ago's Heritage. So here's the Heritage from a couple years ago. And here's the new one. So yeah, quite a bit longer. So not necessarily my taste. It looks more like a 4-inch handle. But hey, you got to make stuff for everybody. And the bottom is all the solid, but the balance point, and boy, that feels like a solid handle. Let me pull that apart. It came together. Let me pull that apart. Of course, the same looking style head. Looks like kind of, is that the same head? Let's look. Yeah, looks like the same head. Yep, it does. Okay. But that handle, that's got some heft to it. I'll tell you, that's not solid. It's mostly solid because boy, that's kind of nice. I do like the extra heft. It's kind of nice to just be able to put the weight of the razor on the face and not have to press down at all. Balance point. There we go. Balance point is in the grippy area. Makes perfect sense because that's where that's like the best to hold to just get a nice even, so it basically maneuvers easy. If you hold the razor on the balance point, it's just going to maneuver well. As opposed to this razor, one of my newest razors that I got for my late birthday, but I got it in late December before Christmas. See that smooth spot? That's where the balance point is. Well, that means I got to hold that there. It's like that's where it's slippery. I put grease in my hair, for lack of a better term. Pomade, okay, but it's greasy. It's real greasy, and that's just one. I mean, but even without that, it was slippery soap in your hand. Not the best design. I mean, I know this is a brand new razor. Love that head. Phenomenal shave. I'm not knocking the razor overall. I'm just fussing about the balance point. That's just a little pet peeve for me. So this one, yeah, Gillette, you did it right. So yeah, thanks. So we're gonna use that today. So let me pause. Let me wash my face. Load the blade because yeah, there's no blade in this thing. We got to load that up. But already, that's a cool looking handle. It is a bit long for me, but still kind of digging it. And it's just very simple design. It's got a nice little barbershop type, the barber pole type knurling in it, grooving it. Kind of liking it. Feels good. Yeah, feels good. Even on these hands that have got, I still can feels like I've used lotion on my hands after I've done it. And I've washed my hands a couple of times already too, but it's still a little residual. So I'm sorry, I'm yammering. Let me pause. I'll be right back. And I'm back, and I'm all face washed and lathered up. Not introducing the brush today. I'm experimenting with this thing. So in case I screw it up, I don't want to have any disparaging thoughts on the brush because it's me and I'm still playing with it. So I'm not really ready to tell you about that yet. So we're going to take a razor. To be fair, I've loaded an Astra blade. I know you've watched my videos, you know that my current favorite is Gillette Silver Blue, but I like to test razors with the Astra because that's what I started with and that's kind of what I've done up through the years. So really just this past year I went to Gillette Silver Blue. So to be fair and consistent, I'm using the Astra blade, which is still an awesome blade. I like it, some people don't. I find, for my face, I find it just a tick smoother and a tick more aggressive as far as for sharpness and all that, so I do like that. So first pass with the grain, lots of feedback. It's only 1 day's growth. Boy, it sounds like more. I'm liking the weight. Now here can be a problem because I'm going with the grain because the hair goes up on the neck, down on the face. So see, I'm holding it by the smooth bottom part and there's no nub. If there was a nub there to like hold on to, latch onto, that would be awesome. If you're listening, Gillette. But without that nub, this is a little slippery. So yeah, I'm gonna knock off a point for that. So just like my leaf twig razor, it doesn't have it on the balance point, have anything to hold on to. This doesn't have it on the bottom when you're coming up on the neck. So yeah, you have it on the balance point. So most of the shave is good, but just that third pass on the face or first pass on the neck, yeah, could have been a little bit better. But I give you points too because that's a solid handle. That handle's got some heft, and like it's just way to the razor. When you got some hefty handles, it helps. Okay, 3 across there. Did a good job. Okay, I like that. nice and smooth in there. I did a good job, because this is a good point for me to cut myself. Felt smooth in there. It felt pretty smooth. I kind of like that. It was smooth in there. Sometimes that's the razors. It doesn't always feel smooth right along this, basically this crease between the lip and the protruding chin. So let me pause a minute while I re-lather, because I don't want you to see the brush yet. And back. I'll lather it up for pass two. Pass two, of course, across the grain. I am liking it. Smooth-wise, I'm liking it. Yeah, okay. It's smooth, it's mild, it's smooth. And let me lather up for pass three, so hold on. And back again for pass three. Got you intrigued about that brush, don't I? But okay, we got the leather on, and this kind of emptied out the brush too, so it's, yeah, I got some playing to do. I can't be fair with the review on the brush itself yet, so I need some more time with it. Pardon me. Boy, that's got some audible feedback. Okay, yeah. Okay, good. I go real gentle in there. Not that you can see it, but it's all scar tissue across there. I'm not going to chase it anymore without any soap. That's as much. And again, see, I know my face, so I know how much, and depending on the soap, I know how much I can get away with. I didn't show you the soap of the day, but I'm using a good soap. Sterling Executive Man. Love that Executive Man. It's just, it's a Creed Aventus clone. Mild, of course, but nice, very nice. Yeah, okay, yeah. And that's as much as, yeah, I need to, a little bit right here, a little bit right here I need to still do. So pause for a moment. And back for a little cleanup. Stretch out the neck. Yeah, right there. There, that's good. I'm going real gentle, just light, let the weight of the razor handle it. When you're chasing to it, it's like you feel like you want to give it a little pressure. Don't do it. Take your time so you don't end up with getting razor burn. And if this was a weekday and I'm rushed for time, I would probably just blow off the step. I wouldn't chase it and wear it down. I would just skip it. You just wouldn't, I'd have a couple of spots. There you go. That's better. It's not bad. First time use of this razor, and I had to chase it a little bit. That's not a reflection on the razor. That's a reflection on me having to learn the razor. So, liking it. Did a good job. Solid job. Solid. Best shave ever? No, not by far. First time using a new razor. Can't say that about any razor. But I'm impressed with the weight of this. Impressed with the mild shave. Smooth. It was very smooth. That Astra blade, I was quite pleased with how smooth it was. Yeah, it did pretty good. I'm kind of pleased with that. That is okay. So let me pause while we wash up. Be right back. And back again. So I've took my washcloth, rinsed it under warm water, gave it a nice, washed off the residual soap, re-rinsed my washcloth under straight cold water, seal the pores, cool it down, cool the face down, seal the pores, especially after the warm water, just to help give it that extra shock to close up the pores. So I recommend, and you really do need to rinse with cold water. That part you really do need to do. And of course I followed up with aloe block, which was for two reasons. One is just because it's good for the skin, but also to test for stinging, to see how the razor did. And the only place I really had stinging was where I chased it with that last fourth little pass right here. A little bit mild stinging, but no chafing. So it did good job. Feeling the face. It's a solid contender. Not the closest shave I've had, because I've had some really close shaves. But this is a solid shaver. For the price point of 30 bucks, I'm liking it. I think it did a good job with the Astra blade. You could play with different blades. You can, I say bump it up to the Gillette Silver Blue, bump it up to a feather blade, things like that. I think would make it just a tick more aggressive too, to get a sweet spot for me. For some of you guys, you just like the mild razors, that's a solid contender. Say my only real knock, well here it is, C Gillette. My only real knock is that this is smooth down here and there's no nub. For going up on the neck, whether that's with the grain or across the grain on those passes for you, if you have a little nub there, it just kind of solidifies being able to hold on to it. But it's just totally smooth like that, yeah, you get a point out for that. So I give this, no, I'm not even going to rate it. It's day one. I can't rate this. It's not fair to rate this at day one. Not going to do that. So down the road, after I've had to use it for for months here, I'm going to use it all week this week, and we'll go from there. And say we'll give you later on. We'll give you. But I say it's a solid contender. If you're interested in buying it right now, is it a buy versus no buy? Yeah, buy. Yeah, I'm liking the quality of it for what you get for that $30. Yeah, I'm liking it. This is the Executive Man, aftershave. We're gonna follow up. Do I have to follow it up the soap of that scent with this aftershave? No, the soap's mild enough. You don't have to do that. But I want to do this because this stuff smells awesome. This is a wife's favorite too, and this is my second favorite scent that I do. So yeah, so here's the matching EDT as well. So yeah, we're gonna do this too. It's Saturday. Want to smell good. Yep, cap back on the aftershave. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you like the initial view of that new Gillette razor you can buy at Walgreens, and it's only available at Walgreens. So you might have to check, if you're like me, you might have to check a few Walgreens before you find one. But is it worth the chase? Yeah. How is it compared to like an Edwin Jagger? I can't tell you yet. I haven't used it enough. I can tell you right off the bat, the knurling on the, well, I'm sorry. This is not a Gillette. This is not a Edwin Jagger handle. This is actually, whose handle is this? This is Razor Rock handle. So this handle, yeah, is awesome. Not the handle that came with. So when I got my Astra, it came with a, I would say it basically had the lines in it. So it was basically a smooth handle. Didn't have any grip at all. So I would have to knock that point for the original handle that came on this. Can I change razors on this Gillette? Absolutely. Will I? If I keep, if this stays around long enough, yeah, this is going to get a new handle for me, because I like them shorter. So right off the bat, that's just not keen for me. But that's kind of the only thing I would do to that is change that handle maybe, and it would knock it up a notch for me. So hope you enjoyed, brothers, and go with God.